We are being asked to multiply these two rational expressions here, and we're going to treat them as two binomials, 1 and 2, which means we need to FOIL them. So let's go ahead and do it. FOIL stands for first two, outer two, inner two, and last two. So let's look at the first two. 2 squared of 3 times 3 squared of 3. And I'm not going to do that multiplication in my head right now because I don't want to lose track of where I am. So I'm going to write down 2 squared of 3, 3 squared of 3, so I don't make any mistakes. Plus, let's do the outer two. 2 squared of 3 times negative square root of 6. Okay, make sure to keep that negative with the square root of 6. 2 square root of 3 times negative square root of 6. All right, I need to move. I move this OIL over. Move over the oil. All right, first two, outer two. Let's do the inner two. Inner two right here. Negative square root of 6 times 3 square root of 3. Remember to keep that sign there. Negative square root of 6 times 3 square root of 3 plus the last two. And the last two is negative square root of 6 times negative square root of 6. Negative square root of 6 times negative square root of 6. Okay, so what I did was, all I did so far was write down my first two, outer two, inner two, last two. Now let's go ahead and perform these multiplications. Let's look at the first two. 2 square root of 3 times 3 square root of 3. Well, that's going to give me the 2 times 3 is 6. And square root of 3 times square root of 3, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just 3. All right, square root of 9, which is 3. Next, I have two numbers that are multiplied. It's going to be a minus now, right? Because I have plus a negative. It's going to be minus 2 square root of 3 times square root of 6. Here's that 2 on the outside. Square root of 3 times the square root of 6 is going to give me the square root of 18. Plus a negative. We have another minus here. Minus square root of 6 times 3 square root of 3. The 3 is going to be on the outside, and this is going to be the square root of 6 times 3 is 18. 18. I saw a 3 there. It's 18. 6 times 3 is 18. Now I have plus a negative times a negative. That is going to be a positive. And what's the square root of 6 times the square root of 6? 6. That's right. Square root of 6 times square root of 6 is 6. All right, now, my first term is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. My middle two terms will combine. I have the minus 2 square roots of 18 minus 3 square roots of 18. That gives me minus 5 square roots of 18. Plus 6 at the end. Now I can see that I can combine the first and last term now, right? I have 18 plus 6. That's 24. Let me get another color for that one. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 minus 5 square root of 18. Now I cannot combine any more of my terms, but I can simplify this right here, the square root of 18. Always look to make sure your radical simplified completely. If I look at all of my squares, my perfect squares, 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9, and 4 squared is 16, 25, 36, and so on, I can see that 9 goes into 18 2 times. So this is going to be 24 minus 5. Now the square root of 18 is the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. And I'm using 9 because I know the square root of 9. All right, if I tried 6 and 3, I don't know the square root of 6, and I don't know the square root of 3. So the square root of 9 is 3. So I'm going to have 24 minus 5 times 3 square root of 2. And last thing to do is 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So I'm going to have 24 minus 15 square roots of 2. Those are not like terms. I cannot combine them. And then I am done.